The following contains strong language, violence, and nudity. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
The following presentation is brought to you by the Realm Network.
All right, ready? Whoa.
Yep.
Did the Nats just went up 5-1. Wow.
And who cares?
Yeah, they don't watch me when I work, so I'm not watching them when they work. People used to say that to me about University of Maryland. They'd be like, oh, must be a Terps fan. And I'd say, they didn't watch me when I studied, so I don't watch them when they play basketball. And people would be like, Jesus, man, why so hostile?
Yeah. you're woke.
Well, it's kind of boring to watch you study, and it's a lot more fun to watch them play basketball.
This guy's angry.
Yeah, he's got some issues.
Hello, boys. Mark.
I just pooped and it smells fabulous.
Lowell.
Welcome to my latest experiment. This is a big one.
It's the Mark and Lowell Show,
It was a show just for me and you, much like this podcast.
where two guys bring you stories and opinions
Our listeners will not laugh.
But if we laugh, then people will laugh.
built on 30 years of friendship.
You were singing operatically.
Yeah, while you were taking the camera.
And I was zooming in.
zooming in on my crotch.
Yes.
Along with a regular cast of pals to help them remember it all.
Camp is the best.
Get your shit together.
All right, so back to your swamp ass.
Say ho.
Now, here's Mark and Lowell.
Hello and welcome, everybody, to the Mark and Lowell Show. I am your host, Mark Ronick, and here with me, as always, my co-host, Lowell Melser. Hello, Lowell.
Good evening.
Good evening. I was much more nervous on Sunday when the Ravens were losing.
Yeah.
I was ready to take a beating from you because you and I off air had this little conspiracy theory that ever since I started rooting for the Ravens,
Yeah.
they had been losing.
Yes, and they almost lost again.
And they
Yes.
almost lost again, and I was dreading coming back here to talk to you because you were ready to let me have it.
Yeah.
That's hysterical.
Meanwhile, the Redskins dropped another.
Well, not only did they drop another, they dropped their coach.
Yeah, but that's not going to fix anything.
No, they got to drop their owner.
Right.
So-
that's what it's going to take.
Yeah.
I know so little about football, but I know enough about football.
Hey, it's Lisa Runyon. Hello, Lisa.
Hi. Hello, boys. But when I saw that they were playing the Patriots, I was like, oh, they're going to lose.
Of course, everybody
Right?
said
And
that.
then at the beginning of the game, the guys were checking the score, and it was like 7-6
Right.
Redskins. And I was like, dude.
About that point was when Lowell texted me, and he said, hey, my Redskins.
Oh.
I said, you can have them.
Yeah, we all knew where that was going.
Yeah, we did. That was a very easy telltale sign. It was just the beginning of the game.
Right.
Let's welcome in an old friend who hasn't been here in, I'd say, I don't know, months. Easily months.
Easily.
It's our friend Dan Binstock. Hello, Dan.
Hello.
Full of energy, Dan.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have a piano to do my intro.
I know.
so
I'm glad you said that.
I'm fighting with one arm behind my back
That's true.
Right.
Now, normally for our newer listeners, Dan is usually, as I like to say, our Paul Schaefer. He has a keyboard here, but the one thing I didn't figure out with the new board is how to get the piano working with it. I need some kind of adapter, special adapter for
Couldn't you just put a microphone on it for tonight?
Yeah.
Is it really going to be that bad just having to talk to him the whole time?
No. We need the piano.
Yeah, seriously. You need some sort. Give me an accordion.
Well, you did just miss a really good opportunity to play Eye of the Tiger. We were telling that story earlier.
I've had 4 different songs I could have played.
Man.
All right, Dan, your job then is to yell out the song you would have played while we talk
that's
about
so
whatever
good.
we're
That's
talking
so
about.
good. I love this game. I love this game.
Could have been by Debbie Gibson.
Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Yes, at any time, Dan, you have carte blanche to do that. Call out your songs.
I absolutely will.
Okay.
Call Me by Blondie.
There you go. Thank you very much. All right. So now I want to remind everybody we've been promoting Amazon quite a bit lately.
Yes. And we finally.
We will continue to promote Amazon because
we will.
Anybody who's been following the show the past couple of weeks, we got that big check from Amazon that they owed us for the past year and a half.
Yeah.
Wow.
And thanks to you guys, our listeners, as I like to say, the Mandel campers, you guys go to our website to go to Amazon. You first go to markandlowell.com, then you click an Amazon banner, and then you do your Amazon shopping. And then we, full disclosure, get a little commission off of those sales that you put through Amazon.com. So again, just go to markandlowell.com, click anything Amazon you see, then do your Amazon shopping, and we get a little piece of that. So thank you in advance.
Thank you.
You know what I have? I have saved on my Google bar at the top. So it's just whenever I want to go to Amazon, I don't even have to go through Mark and Lowell.
That's true.
I just click on the saved bookmark right at the top, and it goes right directly to that.
Yes.
Right. So if you just go now to markandlowell.com, you click anything Amazon, and then when it takes you to the Amazon page, just bookmark it like Dan does, and then just use your bookmark all the time, and we'll always get a commission that way too.
Thank you.
So I will start with this since we haven't seen Dan in a while. I did get to talk to him recently on the phone, and I'm glad because I almost forgot now. I know you told me about a hack. Okay, this hack that you do when you go traveling, because you were just about to go on a plane or something,
Yes.
you're traveling, and you mentioned something to me that you do in order to avoid people.
Yes.
So explain first, what's the situation? You don't like when people come sit with you?
So it happens usually on a train. It works best. Second,
Midnight train to Georgia.
midnight train to Georgia.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second option is on an airplane, but you just put a mask on.
What do you mean a mask? Like a
Sleeping mask.
Oh, like over your mouth?
Yeah, like a hospital mask.
Oh.
Hospital mask.
Yeah.
I was picturing eye mask, like I'm sleeping, leave me alone.
No. Like a mask, like they
like
do
a
it.
surgical mask.
A surgical mask. Yeah.
Yes, like, oh my God, that is brilliant, really.
Yeah, so on a
oh my gosh, because I do avoid those people.
Yeah.
Oh, genius.
Now, Dan, is that a newer thing? Like, have you been working on an approach and that was the winner? Like, what were the losers?
I've done that for a while and then I forgot about it.
Mm-hmm.
It works great on the Amtrak because people have a choice of where to sit.
Oh, right.
Right.
They'll be looking and then they'll look at you and then smile nicely and keep walking. on an airplane, it doesn't work as well, but here's how it did help is that on this last trip when I was going to Chicago, the plane backed out.
Yeah.
And then I had to pee.
Okay.
And we sat for 45 minutes, and I was literally going to pee in my pants.
Right.
It was that.
Okay. Wow.
I was just going to
You were like, I need a bottle. Give me a bottle.
Could you imagine?
What are you going to do?
Yeah, Let the River Run by Carly Simon.
Ah.
So they said no one's allowed to get up off their seats, and then the stewardess passed by, and she saw me in my mask, and I raised my finger, and I said, bathroom, and she said...
You just said bathroom?
I
You
just
didn't
said
say anything
bathroom.
else?
I just said bathroom.
Did you say it with
so
an
smart.
accent?
Did you plan that
No,
out
I didn't
too?
I didn't say anything. I just said bathroom.
Did you
And
plan that?
No. She saw me with the mask and said, okay, sir, come this way.
You know what I'm sure it was? Like, she thought he was going to, like, be sick all over the place, and she was like, I am not cleaning that up. That's so much worse. And she said, go.
Yeah.
No one knows, and it just is like...
You're doing it so you're hoping people treat you like you're sick.
Right, and exactly. And just...
It's true.
I don't have any problems. It's, it just, everything is... You're kind of given a little bit of a royal treatment.
I think it's no different than like going around like in a wheelchair or something when you don't need one. I don't see any difference at all.
Well,
Or
there's a
perhaps-
little bit.
Or perhaps bringing a dog
Why?
along, saying it's a service dog.
He wants special treatment because people think he's terminally ill.
No, I just want people to stay away from me. It's not that I want special treatment.
Right, but he did take it a step further there with
Right.
the whole needing special bathroom treatment.
A step further.
Yeah.
But in all seriousness, it wasn't like he was playing it up. It just, you said the word bathroom. You happened to have a mask on.
Right. She was the one. She
Assumptions
was
were
the one.
made.
She was the one that made the assumption about me.
Now, here's a question. How long do you commit to this? Do you wear the mask the entire time you're on the train?
So sometimes in the middle of the trip, it gets hot.
Yeah, because I've
gets
worn those
very
before.
hot.
It gets
You
steamy in
start
there.
smelling your own
Yeah.
Breathe in your own
Yeah.
breath.
your own stomach.
Your own stink.
Already breathed in
So
air.
sometimes like you'll have to just like, take it off. And, I'll always say to people that I'm sitting next to when they have no choice, I'll say like, don't worry, I'm not sick. I'm just like a germaholic.
Yeah.
Or I'll say something like that. And they'll be like, oh, you're the safest person to sit next to or something like that.
Oh, yeah. See, that could backfire on you, too. They
Right.
could be like, oh, this guy's clean, so I'm going to sit with this guy.
Oh, there's Dan. Let's go sit with him. Let's go sit with the germaphobe. I'm sure you cleaned the
Right.
area off.
There's a confused
Yeah,
spot.
exactly.
Do you have any hacks like that? I'm trying to think of other kind of hacks, because like you could do that in the grocery store, right? Like I always try to avoid people in the grocery store. You don't want to make conversation with people, right? So you could wear the mask, and then maybe that would push people away.
Because today it doesn't even mean like more and more. Like that's what I always associated with. But I went to Korea, and so many people were wearing those masks.
Yeah.
So I've just kind of like, now when I see people, I don't automatically assume they're sick. I factor in the other things.
They may be OCD.
A lot of time when I see them too, they are Asian. Then I assume like, oh, that's like something they were used to or whatever.
Hello Kitty style.
The thing is, when people wear those masks too, it's not because they are sick. It's because they don't want to get sick.
Right.
So that's the thing that doesn't go through people's heads. They just see somebody wearing a mask and they're like, oh, they must be contagious.
Right.
When it's the other way around.
Right.
You're trying to keep from getting sick.
Yes.
Well, you know why? In my doctor's office, there's a sign that says, if you're sick, please ask for a mask.
Right.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ah.
So that if you're sitting in the doctor's office breathing your germy breath.
Right. Don't spread
You're
it
not
around and make
spreading it
shit
around.
worse.
Right.
And especially when you're traveling, where you're in a contained airplane, where there's recycled air with 300 people. Odds are there are 20 sick people, you know, and that filth.
I'm sure.
You know, so it serves multi-purposes.
Yeah, I can't tell you. I'd say probably once out of every 5 times I fly, I end up with like a really bad cold.
Yeah.
Right.
Like a day or two after the flight or something like that.
So you got to wear the mask, and then nobody will sit with you on the plane.
And drink
either.
a lot of water. I think that's the other thing. Like,
Yeah.
they're so dry. You don't realize how dry they are.
But have you heard about how dirty the water is on
Not
airplanes?
their water. Like, I'm talking
No,
like,
it's non-potable.
yeah,
Right.
What's non-potable mean?
non-drinkable.
drink
You
it.
can't drink it.
You mean from the sink in the back?
Right.
Yeah.
Oy.
Yeah.
Why do you do that, Dan? Through your mask?
I mean, I've been hot on an airplane. I'll take the water and splash it around my face.
Well, okay, you're not drinking
But
it.
I don't like...
And then you just
Yeah, sizzling.
as you put it on your face.
I've washed my hands with the water in that sink.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
of
that's
course.
okay. That's okay.
It always smells good, that foam.
The foam soap?
The foam
It's,
soap.
it's to hide
It
the
always
smell
smells
of the
really good,
non-potable
too.
water.
Yeah, but then you start associating that smell with the bathroom just in general, and then it's not a good smell.
That'd be a great cologne.
Have you ever been on the plane and like a guy like Mark gets out of the bathroom? He's been in there for like 15 or 20 minutes. And it's just like...
Wait, why is it a guy like me?
Right.
Because yours really stink terribly bad.
And then Mark walks out and he just looks at the other person, nods like, how you doing? And keeps walking, knowing that they're going to walk right into the wall of...
A wall of heat.
Wall of
like
heat.
a wall of heat.
I like that it's me.
Yeah.
I think you're speaking from experience.
Yes, that's totally what it is.
Well, you're the only guy I know that goes to Rio Grande and makes a huge crap
and floods out the bathroom.
Yeah, and floods out the bathroom.
Flashback.
Mark and Lowell Show, episode 6.
Remember that time I I flooded the Rio Grande bathroom?
Yes, he flooded the Rio Grande bathroom. How could I forget?
I was already feeling sick, and I think it was for my birthday, and you and me and a couple other people went to Rio Grande Mexican food to celebrate my birthday, but I was determined to go even though my stomach was not well.
You had been complaining before we went out. You were like, yeah, I don't know, my stomach, I don't know, I'd eat a lot, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all right, let's, just do what you got to do.
Yeah, and I had a few drinks,
Right.
and that's the first problem, but that helped me kind of relax a little bit, and then I proceeded to eat a regular full meal. I think I had fajitas with the rice and the beans and all that, and we finished our dinner, and all of a sudden, my meter just pegged.
Yeah.
And I excused myself, and I went to the bathroom.
Right.
And it was the end of the world, as you put it earlier.
Right.
And then I realized I got to do that courtesy flush. Of
course.
I did the flush, but it was a late call. I flushed, and all of a sudden, that dreadful water starts rising and rising.
Stop.
And I knew it was time. I knew it was not, there was no coming back, and it starts to overflow. The guy that was just in there while I was in there, he had just left, and I decided, because I have maintenance to do now. So I run quickly to the other stall. I jump out, go to the other stall, and I finish my business. I clean up, and that other toilet is still overflowing. It's still coming out.
No. Those poor people that have to clean it up.
I excused myself from that room, and I went back to you guys. I don't think I even told you right away what had happened.
I know what happened.
But I'm saying at the table when I came back, I don't know that I told you what had just gone on. I think it's because I think there were females there too.
Yeah, you didn't want to let the cat out of the bag,
yeah.
so to speak.
And I do remember you got up at one point to go to the bathroom after I did, and you came back and you're like, damn it, the men's bathroom is shut down.
Yeah. That's right. You're right. They shut it down. They shut it down.
I just don't understand. I mean, I see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Like, why you had to go. But, like, it just amazes me that, like, you go to a fast food restaurant or, like, anything, and there's people just crapping.
Oh, yeah.
We work out of Panera a lot.
Right.
We go and edit and stuff in Panera, and, like, it never fails. I, like, go back there to, like, take a pee and wash my hands, and there's some guy in the stall like just tearing up the bathroom, and I'm like,
I mean, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
I mean, it's a bathroom,
dude. It's like 1:30 on like a Tuesday. Why are you crapping?
But you might have to shit. You might have to shit on a Tuesday at 1:30.
No, you don't. You don't.
Maybe some people aren't as regular as you, Sheldon.
No, it's like 1:30 in the afternoon. You should not be taking a crap.
When is the allowed time to take a crap? I want to know.
I'd say 99% of the people I talk to, they either go in the morning or they go at night.
Right. Are you a two or a oneer?
What?
A day.
A day? I mean, usually one big one in the morning. Yeah.
I think generally I'm a oneer.
Yeah, oneer.
How about you, Lise?
That is so interesting because I'm thinking about it. I think I'm a twoer, but
it's not often I ask a woman how often she shits.
But they usually are both in the morning still, like not like morning and night.
Yeah, really. So you almost back to back.
Because like sometimes it's just like, I guess I wasn't done.
Right.
Like so.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't have time to be messing around in the morning. You know, it's like, come on,
Dan. I would imagine you're probably like 14, 15.
I'm 2 a day, but what I'm thinking about is how the shape of the inside of the toilet affects how it smells.
What?
Have you ever noticed that?
Well, no, but you know what? Do you ever use that poopery?
Yeah. Ever since, we never really followed up when you told us Dan might have even been on the show one of the last times, but you were making your own poopery.
Yeah, making my own.
And ever since we do that here.
Yeah, I've done a lot of experimenting with it now, and I found that the best concoction is actually the orange and lemon oils mixed together.
This is an oil?
It's like it's citrusy. Yeah, it's very citrusy, and it's the most potent and covers it the most well.
And do you spray it in the toilet, or do you actually just spray it in the air?
Yeah, spray it in the toilet.
In the toilet to create that film.
The film, yeah. And it's key to put a little bit of dishwasher detergent in it.
Really?
Totally makes a difference.
You're overthinking this. There's a much easier way to get rid of the smell immediately. You take a match.
Light a match.
You light a match and you drop it in, and it kills the smell immediately.
That is true. A match does do the trick for sure. It's like the sulfur or something.
I never put the connection together, though, that you actually drop it in the toilet immediately to create that.
Yeah. Because it's very flammable.
Yeah, that's a little dangerous.
Yeah.
I think I would flush first, right? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Do a courtesy flush.
For all the methane.
You don't drop it in the doot, right?
No, I drop it with the doot.
Really?
You burn the doot.
I put on my fireman's suit first.
Yeah.
With the little cutout ass.
You are such boys. Like, I never even think about this shit.
Yeah, no, a match does definitely work for 100%. That does work.
Yeah.
But I do like the fresh citrus.
Yeah, I do too.
And then, of course, Allie will walk in and goes, smells like an orange shit in here. And I'm like, what? It's
citrusy.
It smells good. Yeah.
An orange shit.
So maybe it isn't that great.
Yeah, right. Well, I guess not for Allie. But that's what I'm saying about the soap in the bathroom at the airport.
Right.
It's a great smell, but you get used to that as being the airport bathroom smell when you wash your hands, and then you associate bad things with it.
Right. And I was at a hotel once that had this. I washed my hands and my hands smelled so good. It was like a fantastic Italian cologne or something.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went to the front desk and asked them if I could buy this stuff because it smelled so good. And so they brought out this huge gallon of like industrial sized soap. So I was like, all right, I'll buy it. It was like $20 or something.
Right.
It was probably should have cost $100, but I was like, I'll give you $20 for it. And they were so uncomfortable. They just gave it to me to leave.
Because you had the mask on.
I bought a soap dispenser from like Bed Bath & Beyond, and I poured it in there, and I started using it. And after like 2 days, my hands were like completely red and chafed and like really irritated. And so I Googled this soap, and apparently you're supposed to dilute it like for every teaspoon, like 1 to 10. But I was using this shit like industrial strength, full potent, and it just burned my hands.
Oh, jeez.
Terrible.
That sucks. Is that when I feel like you were wearing like lots of... No, that was something else. You were wearing Band-Aids or something on your fingers.
Oh my God, when I had those fingers issues.
Yeah.
That was the most traumatic, embarrassing, humiliating thing in my life.
The fingers?
You didn't know about this?
Well, because he's not in studio. He's doing it over Skype, so he doesn't see the fingers.
I didn't see the fingers.
So I got this thing. I noticed it here, which there was like around my fingernail, there was, it's called periungual warts in your fingers. They don't look like warts, but it is actual like wart family type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really, really hard to get, and it makes your fingers break. The skin cracks in half all around your fingernails. And it took me like a year and a half
oh my God,
to get rid of this. And I'd have to go to the dermatologist like once every 2 weeks, and they'd blast it with shots and all this stuff.
Oh my gosh.
And so I would wear these Band-Aids around because it hurt so much, and they were all inflamed.
in other words, he was embarrassed and he was covering them up.
I was embarrassed, and I bought like all of these. It was a whole rigmarole.
Oh, man.
But if any listeners out there have periungual warts on their fingers,
go to Dan's GoFundMe page.
Yeah.
Shoot me up, send me a message, and I'll give you my advice on how the doctors finally got rid of it. Did not feel good, but it was worth it.
Lowell, you were supposed to tell a story on the last show. At least we decided you were going to tell it here.
Yeah.
A story of... Murder.
Yes, murder.
Now, I know nothing of this story except that Lowell knows somebody that was involved with a murder.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Well, no, I mean, yeah, I'll try to do it. I mean, it's pretty much long story short.
Okay.
So there's a guy who's a friend of the show that Allie used to work with, that we're still friendly with, and there was this woman that they worked with as well.
Okay.
And she was married to this guy.
Mm-hmm.
It was probably about 3 years ago. We all went out.
Okay.
And I met this guy.
Okay.
Who was nice, as like, it was like a group of like, 8 couples like at a dinner.
Sure.
So I met him and talked to him and this and that and this and that. Didn't think anything of it, whatever. And then Allie just found out that guy,
not the friend, but the other friend. Yeah, the friend of the friend.
Right. The guy I met, the husband of this woman that Allie worked with, was arrested and charged with murdering his mother.
What?
Wow. And is in jail right now.
That is crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You broke bread with him.
Who would murder their mom?
Yeah.
What was the reason?
I don't know.
The alleged reason.
I don't know. I don't know what the reason is. It hasn't like really gone to court yet. And I was looking it up, and I think we did do some sort of story on it, but I didn't do it.
Could you imagine if you did it not realizing that it was somebody that you knew?
Yeah, no, I would not have realized. It would have had to have been Allie or someone that realized. Yeah.
Oh man.
I'm leaving out like a lot of things because I don't want to identify who any of these people are.
Right.
But yeah,
right.
The long and short of it is that's the long and short of it.
That is crazy.
Crazy,
Yeah, because
right?
you hear about people getting murdered and stuff, but you don't ever think you really know somebody.
And people are like,
it.
he seemed like such a nice guy.
Yeah,
right.
I had no idea.
Yeah, would have never wasn't even on the radar one bit for us. But
yeah,
you don't know what people are like off the
Yes.
scenes.
No, you really don't.
Dan, all these families in Potomac trying to show how happy they are on social media, but behind closed doors, it's a frightful
mess with blood on the floors in the hallways.
Yeah, right.
Speaking of Facebook,
That was amazing how you turned that into rich people in Potomac showing their lives on social media.
well, I was actually going to go more directly to you, Dan, because of that post that I actually had mentioned to you once before about this Facebook post you posted about the different levels of quote unquote helping out a friend in need.
Yeah, what I wrote this at a low point when I was I have a family member who's going through a tough health thing.
All right, Dan is the murderer.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he's the one that
No, and so I wrote something about in terms of supporting friends and the different types of support, and where I didn't realize until I'd been in a situation myself what it feels like to be on the other
receiving end. For example, he says like there's the passive friend who just says, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and then they go away, right? They don't, you never hear from them again.
Or,
Right.
Or it's, "Oh, if you need anything."
Yeah, if you need anything, let me know.
Right.
You're not going to be like, can you drive down to Virginia Beach?
Yeah.
Hey,
you go.
can you bring my dog down to Virginia Beach and put him in the boarding place and pick him up the next
I've
day.
got some dry cleaning that I need.
Yeah.
It's true, because the whole "if you let me know" thing, it's like
No one's going to let you know.
Yeah.
Like, actually, if you're not doing anything tomorrow at 2 p.m.,
right.
you let my dogs out while I'm at the hospital.
Oh, yeah. No, they just don't answer back.
You're right. You don't hear from them.
And then 2 days later, I'm just getting this.
Oh, so sorry. I missed this. I can't believe it. Are you okay?
However, you saw like the 3 dots right after you sent the original message.
Right.
The 3-dot giveaway.
So yeah, so that's then the second. What I say is the second level?
Then you said there's the active friend. So you gave an example. Friend, family member doesn't say anything, but sends you something that lets you know they're thinking of you, a meal, a card, a note, something that took time and thoughtfulness.
Right.
So that's a more active approach.
Yeah, exactly. And then there's like, what's the third one, which is
Fully engaged, which is tell me how I can help you, or they just go and do a bunch of things for
help you say, I'm coming over to pick you up or something.
Right, but it's what hit me about this one is when I read this. Now I knew Dan was dealing with some stuff in the family member, so I knew kind of what this was about. I knew this was a personal story that he was speaking from. But it still kind of annoyed me because I read it and I'm like, well, I was one of those people that I've reached out a couple times. I've said, hope everything's okay. How you doing? But never really did anything.
Let me know if I can do anything.
I wonder if I did. I probably did.
Actually, you were someone that
you didn't even do that.
You actually reached out multiple times.
Yeah.
More than most people.
Oh, wow. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
So what's interesting is Robin, after she saw that, she goes to me, that was a bitch slap to all of your friends.
It felt a little like a bitch slap.
And I said, I think it kind of was, but I was trying to do it in like the most informative way. But there was a side of me that was like, you fuckers don't quite know how to be there for other people.
Right.
And so there was a side of me that was sort of like voicing frustration and trying to couch it and dress it up as more of like I'm going to make like a nice, helpful post. But everyone who knew me and knew us was like, is everything okay with Dan?
Right. I kind of thought you were like pissed off. I was like, oh shit, I'm one of those guys that just didn't do enough.
Well, and I've been that guy, and I still am that guy for many, many years, where if someone was going through something, I would just be like, oh man, so sorry, that sucks. Let me know if you need anything, praying for you, or whatever it is. And then I would just be like, check, done. you know?
Right.
And so I was thinking about how I've done that too. So I'm not I'm not saying that I'm like, Gandhi or anything.
Right. But now I will see. I am going to be curious to see how you handle things next time when I'm in need. But you actually were great when I was in need, when I had my issues with Amy a few years ago.
And you were making the mixtape and everything.
Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to one of my friends the other day who's going through a tough time. And I said, what can I do for you? Let me know if you need anything or if you need me to leave you alone. He goes, I read your fucking post.
No.
He goes, I fucking need you. Okay.
Perfect.
I was like, good. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's what Mark and Lowell are into this week.
I will just say, I know you probably know what mine is, Lowell, because I tweeted it out to you, even though you ignored it and just liked it like I was some listener and you didn't give a shit about me.
What, on the text?
Yeah, on the tweets.
What?
I did it specifically on Twitter because that's where you can really, if you're going to attempt to get Lowell's attention.
Let me look up.
No, you liked it. Oh, even better. So Lowell liked it. He has no idea what I'm talking about.
Did you do it on Mark and Lowell show?
No, I did it from me, tagged you, and Mandel show.
Let's see.
So I'll let you reveal
The
it.
only thing I see on here is the I'm done, the Redskins thing.
I'll show you later that you liked it. I got myself.
Oh yeah, here it is. The Count Chocula cereal bars.
Yes,
yeah.
I saw that.
Yes, Count Chocula cereal bars. Because you and I, off air recently, were just talking about the fact that you went to that well again and you got the Count Chocula.
Yeah, and it wasn't that great because there's like no marshmallows in it.
Right. They put, it's like 5 per bowl when it comes out down to it. But you get these, and Dan, I let you try one tonight, actually.
It was tasty.
They're really good. They have plenty of marshmallow in it and lots of extra chocolate layer on it. So you get a little of that dipped chocolate taste to it. It's really good. If you want that fix, I would recommend you get the cereal bar instead of the cereal.
Gotcha. All right, good to know. Good to know.
It looks good.
I have to say, I bought more of the s'mores by Post. And I'll take it a step further.
Yeah.
And as I was eating it today for a snack, and I said to Allison, I said, Allie, I'm going to make a statement right now. And I said, I think this is one of the top 5 cereals ever.
Yes, I agree with you.
That has been created. Like, it is.
That is created ever.
There's nothing wrong with it.
No.
The grams have like a sugary to them that like make them a pleasure to eat. And then you mix that with the Cocoa Puffs and the nice ratio of marshmallows.
Great ratio.
It's a perfect cereal. It's amazing.
I got those cereal bars because that was my 3rd time at the store and I could not find the damn s'more cereal.
Oh, they have it. They must have it at Giant. They don't have it at your...
They don't have it at my Giant anymore.
They have it by me at the Martin's/Giant.
I'm feeling like it's maybe because it's more s'mores is more of a summer thing, so maybe they've taken them off my shelves.
It doesn't say limited edition on it, though.
And I know I did see them once before Seth reintroduced them to me. I knew I'd seen them and I just saw, s'more cereal and I just let it go. But then once, like you said, once we tasted them, that was it. I was hooked.
Oh, I'm hooked. I'm majorly hooked. I love them so.
You hide them from the kids.
Well, luckily they're not that interested in. I mean, no, I shouldn't say that because when I break out the box, they're always like going nuts. But I guess I do have to hide it a little bit.
There are definitely foods in the house that I will hide, like in the back of the cupboard. You know what I mean? Because the kids get lazy. They don't sit there and try to find things. If they don't see it in their eye line, you just hide it in the back and you're good to go.
What kind of milk do you use with the s'more cereal?
I use the almond milk.
Yeah, Lowell's always, a long time, he's been an almond milk guy.
Is it vanilla almond milk?
It doesn't matter, either vanilla or plain. Whatever Allie buys, that's what I get.
I think that's kind of like not fully getting the experience because truly get it, you need whole milk.
Oh, no. Oh, whole milk is like, it's like eating a bowl of ice cream.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I sometimes put my kids drink 2%. And then sometimes I'll put that on, and I'm like, "Oh, this is like drinking heavy cream."
Right.
It's like, and it's only 2%.
Right.
And so almond milk has got to be like water.
Oh yeah, it's like
no, it is, and that's the way I like it. Frankly, I like it like water. Yeah.
So you just want it wet. You don't care about.
Yeah. No, I mean, I used to drink skim milk, but then for some reason I've just become kind of grossed out with milk, so I do almond milk.
Yeah.
Almond milk is good. The vanilla almond milk, that is pretty good.
They're all good. But yeah, no, if you have, it's so funny me to have cereal with any kind of milk that has fat in it, because it really is like drinking, like putting coffee creamer on your cereal. That's what it's like, eating a bowl of ice cream.
It's an addiction to cereal where if I have one bowl, I can't stop until I have 3 or 4 bowls.
Right.
And then when I come up for air, it's 4 bowls later.
Yeah, and then your stomach's, and while you're eating it, it's like, oh, this is great, this is great. And
yeah,
then,
I feel great.
Yeah, and then your and then 15 minutes after, you're like, ooh.
You wake up at like 1:30 in the morning with little remnants in the top of your throat and heartburn.
Heartburn, yeah.
Oh, the worst. All right, that will do it for the Mark and Lowell Show. Please go to Facebook, go to Twitter, friend and follow us over there. And if you need that information or any other information, Mark and Lowell, just go to markandlowell.com.
And you could get me on Twitter and
this is almost
Instagram.
Like a Dateline story. Police tell us that it was actually surveillance video that cracked this case wide open.
And a special thanks to Lisa Runyon.
Bye, boys.
And she ain't lying.
And a special thanks to Dan Binstock for joining us. We didn't do a lot of those song references after halfway through the show.
It would have gotten annoying.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, too much thinking.
And yes, Jonah Berger ain't here, as our faithful listeners know, but I am actually going to visit him later this week in Colorado, so I will have some stories to share when we get back. And a big shout out to the birthday boy, Buzz Burbank, also RJ Diaz, Aaron Lamb, and everybody else who helps us with this show. For Lowell Melser, I'm Mark Ronick. We will see you next time on the Mark and Lowell Show.
Bye-bye.
I remember someone right after college, she was doing a multi-level marketing thing, and I started busting her chops about it, and she got so fucking pissed off.
Yeah, everybody gets mad.
Yeah, I realized I can't say anything. I just gotta say, no, that's awesome.
Yeah, I think they get very offended because it gets very cult-like.
Yeah.
You know, if you stick to it.
If you fall into the trap, yeah.
Hey, Lowell, you gonna go get some CBD? Why don't we get into it, Lowell? Get some.
We could.
A little extra side cash.
Right, go. Let me ask you a question. You like CBD?
CBD. Yeah, let me ask you a question 1 second. Don't look at them. Look at me for a second.
Yeah, right. Don't look at them.
Look at me, okay? You're concentrating?
Right.
Do you feel good? Not really. Do you know
Not
why
really.
that is?
No.
You're not taking CBD oil.
CBD oil. This is from Tel Aviv.
This is, you know where CBD oil's from? It's from a lab in Jerusalem.
In Jerusalem.
Yes.
Make you big and strong and happy.
Yes, it's from the Bible.
You can't lose, baby.
I want to do a video of me like talking about Canaway, like all the other dads.
What do you mean?
Hey guys.
Oh, like a Facebook Live thing?
Yeah, like hey guys. I'm just sitting here. I'm actually feeling really relaxed. I just, I don't know how many of you guys have heard about CBD, but I was just hanging out with a couple other dads, and we were like sitting around putting CBD oil on our feet. And like it just feels really good to bond with other dads over CBD oil.
Oh my God.
And like, if you're just like wondering, like, is there more I can be doing like to help people and like have a little extra money to be like a dad and like the best husband I can be and have a little extra cash?
Why not?
Why not?
That's like exact. That's like
it's
too good.